Hey, welcome to FiberLoveDiary. I hope you'll join me while I go to summer camp because I had a whole weekend to myself about a week ago. If you watched my project update, you already know that. But I had a whole weekend with no responsibilities, so I'm calling it Camp Lack-a-Task. I hope you'll come with me and see what I did. There was a lot of projects happening and a lot of mess and being lazy also. If you want to see what I did on my summer vacation, a video essay by Trish, please keep watching. So hey guys, we're in my backyard in honor of summer camp. You know, it's outdoorsy. I am wearing this boonie hat because I feel like at summer camp, and if you ever have been to camp, you know this already, there's always that one counselor who's like super energetic, very boisterous. You think he's cool when you're 8, and then you have to work with him when you're 25 and he's not cool anymore. He always wears the same hat every single day because that way his campers can find him in a crowd, but everybody knows him by that hat, and that's why I'm wearing this. It's in honor of you, buddy. Boisterous summer camp counselor, thanks for all you did, and grow up. So anyway, guys, I was thinking about how that weekend with no responsibility was like being a kid again, and it was magical, I'm not gonna lie, like childhood. And there were ways that it was not like summer camp because I didn't have a group experience, except for if you count the dogs, which I kind of don't. Oh, I guess I kind of do. But I couldn't play capture the flag, they're not very good at it. But I had a bajillion hot flashes, so I feel like I still got sweaty. And that's what capture the flag is really about, right? And also, oh my god, you guys, I'm sitting on the diving board and I just saw a frog jump in the pool. This is my life in the country. So there wasn't any capture the flag, but I did get sweaty. There was no bug juice, but I did drink wine. I muddled through. And I also thought about like the things you don't do when you're at summer camp. So you don't clean up after yourself, you can make a mess, you come home with your suitcase completely disgusting and disheveled and just a wreck. And also, you don't have to cook. I ordered pizza, I ate this straight out of the garden many days, and I don't regret it for a minute. But in contrast, I also did some things that I love about summer camp. I engaged in water sports. I sang camp songs, which I will spare you from because nobody in the world needs to hear me sing on YouTube. Or anywhere, really. Unfortunately, sometimes my husband gets to, even though he doesn't need to. And also, my favorite thing about summer camp was arts and crafts. I'm sure you can imagine. If I could sign up for a class all day, every day, that's what I would do. Even though I did love the water sports. I've always loved swimming, kayaking, all that stuff. So I hope you'll stick with me. I did some dyeing, I did some spinning, I washed some fleeces. Luther actually got in on that action. I made a t-shirt, which turned out super cute. I hope you guys will stay and hang out with me for summer camp. Also, I'm still in my pajamas and they have alpacas on them. It's Monday morning, y'all. Come on. And I work from home. I can wear my pajamas. Oh, I know you saw that butterfly. Oh. Join me for summer camp. Crafts project was washing some fleece. If you hang out at the end of this little section, you'll get to actually see what I washed. It was part of a Romney fleece and part of a CVM fleece that is gray. I unboxed it a couple of months ago. I always do, unless a fleece is super dirty or super greasy, I do 2 washes in very hot water with Dawn and 1 about half scoop of that Arm & Hammer laundry detergent. I heard that from a chemist that it was safe as long as you did not let it soak for too long. So I always keep it under 20 minutes, and then I'll do 1 or 2 rinses depending on how dirty, again, the water is coming out. Of a Romney after the wash, it actually turned out a lot softer than I thought it was going to be, and it's very fluffy and white. It's just still wet there. And then the CVM, of course, is also still wet. You can't really tell, but it is very, very fluffy and fine and soft. Sir, what are you doing? What did you do? What did you do? What's going on? Oh, are you sneaking? Are you naughty? Come here. Come here. Why is that in your mouth? We don't eat that, okay? No. Next, I went ahead and dyed some silk lap I bought from Kamaj. They had a great deal on it a while back, not long ago. And whenever I get something out to dye one color in this pot, I always just figure I might as well fill up the other pots. It's out and it's going to be going anyway, so why not? It turned out really cool. Just stay tuned and I'll show you at the end what the 3 colors looked like after they were dyed. This was really just an experiment. I did not pre-soak the silk. You can. I really just wanted to see like how simple can I get this. I didn't want to change the pH on the water. I didn't want to test the pH. I didn't want to do anything. I was like, I'm just going to see if this will just dye straight the way it is. I have dyed silk before at my old house. The pH of the water wasn't quite right, but we're on a well here. So again, I was just trying to test it out, and I am super, super excited about the results. Next time I get a deal from Kamaj on this type of silk, I'll buy a bigger, it's kind of like comes in a bat, so I'll buy a bigger one. When I've dyed silk in the past is that it seems to strike at a different temperature than it strikes when it hits wool. And so I went ahead after I was done heating these and just let them cool off completely in the dye water, and they pretty much exhausted the dye except for the green, and I'm not sure why, but I did end up rinsing again because it was just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. But that was my own fault. Like I said, I didn't get scientific with this. I was like, let's see how simple we can do it, and maybe I went a little too simple. I don't know. The results. I am working on showing you some of the shine. Look at that. Ooh. So I dyed this kind of a burgundy wine color for a specific project coming up. But like I said, since I was getting that pot out for the burgundy, I went ahead and also dyed this blue. That shine is just killing me. And I also dyed this Kermit the Frog green. I had to rinse it again, so you can see it did bleed a bit on the towels, but I did rinse it again. Here is the t-shirt I silk screened up close. I am pretty new to this process, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And then here is a photo of me wearing it. Scary, I know. I spent a bunch of time spinning this alpaca merino.
So I also did some weaving on the linen face cloths by Liz Gibson. I got her weave along. I wondered if anyone else was doing it or had done it, but then I warped my loom wrong, so I went ahead and started weaving so I could weave this warp off and do it right. Thanks for coming to camp with me, guys.